think you're so tough. Yeah, why don't you say this? Say, yes, chef, I'm so tough.
Yes, chef, I'm so tough.
Say, yes, chef, I'm so tough.
Yes, chef, I'm so tough.
You are not tough. You are
The Bear is an overall stressful show, but there is one moment that certainly stands out. In Season 1, Episode 2, Hands, a flashback shows Carmy working in a fine dining restaurant in New York. The atmosphere is tense, and it gets worse when his boss, David Fields, played by Joel McHale, walks into the kitchen and verbally abuses Carmy, going so far as whispering that he should be dead. Season 2 of the FX series greatly explains that the kitchen environment in this sort of restaurant is indeed extreme, but what McHale's character does is simply out of line. As it turns out though, he's actually based on a real person. Ever since that flashback scene with Joel McHale came out, fans have been trying to guess who this terrible character was based on. Luckily, McHale himself gave us the answer while on Late Night with Seth Meyers, shortly before Season 3 was released.
No, I was portraying Chef Thomas Keller. He's gonna be so happy I'm saying these things and poison me if I ever meet him. I don't think he's as awful as I was, but he does whisper at his employees.
Keller is known for having changed fine dining with his work, and of course, for his extremely stressful kitchen environments. Now that the cat is out of the bag, it can even be speculated that this was one of Thomas Keller's renowned restaurants, the Per Se. While Keller himself isn't known for being a toxic person, the whole kitchen environment doesn't allow much room for anything other than his famous philosophy of sense of urgency. Keller was even the subject of a 2012 TV documentary short by Christopher Storer himself, the creator of The Bear. The piece, called Sense of Urgency, depicts Keller's kitchens in his restaurants, exploring the borderline fanaticism with which everything is done and the highest possible stakes environment. One of the things that makes The Bear such an incredible show is how it actually leans on multiple influences to build its own world. Season 2 sees a great shift in how the characters behave, as they have to confront the reality that they have to be willing to grow as people for their business to grow too. Most of what bases this change comes from the culinary world itself, especially Thomas Keller's philosophy. He may have inspired Joel McHale's cruel character, but at the end of the day, he is a hugely successful chef, and Christopher Storer drew heavily on that to build the foundations of the season. Another of Thomas Keller's influences on The Bear Season 2 is perhaps the biggest one. The "every second counts" sign and its history are among the season's most touching moments. Of course, Storer adapts the notion of sense of urgency in The Bear into something more positive. Every second counts is an elevation of the idea of sense of urgency. While Thomas Keller may be the inspiration behind Joel McHale's awful chef, there's a lot more that Keller influenced in The Bear than just that horrible character.